Episode 1. A misunderstanding at the beginning. Tommy Vercetti has just arrived in Vice City. However, this time, instead of entering the city's criminal world, he aims to establish a quiet life. On his first night at the hotel, he accidentally takes a mafia leader's bag. The bag is full of money. Tommy realizes his mistake and wants to return the bag, but the mafia leader perceives this as a hostile act. Now, Tommy is pursued by dangerous enemies, and his presence in the city will once again turn into a deadly game. This time, Tommy must survive and correct his enemy's misunderstanding. Episode 2. Escape Plan. Mafia leader Marco mobilizes all his men to find and execute Tommy. Tommy hides in the back streets of Vice City and searches for a way out. He seeks help from his old acquaintances in the city's underworld, but everyone avoids him. Finally, an old friend, Mechanic Luis, agrees to help him. Luis provides Tommy with a fake ID and an escape plan. However, before he can execute the plan, Tommy is cornered by Marco's men. Will Tommy be able to escape Vice City? Episode 4. The Price of Betrayal. Tommy successfully completes several dangerous missions for Cortez, but in the meantime he pays the price for doing business with an untrustworthy partner. Cortez becomes increasingly frustrated with Tommy's success and devises a plan to kill him. However, Tommy realizes this betrayal and escapes Cortez's trap at the last moment. Now Tommy is not only Marco's target, but also Cortez's. Tommy needs a bigger plan to confront his enemies. Episode 5. New Allies. Tommy reaches out to other powerful figures in Vice City to find new allies. Ricardo Diaz is one of the city's biggest drug lords and thinks Tommy could be a potential partner. Tommy gains Diaz's trust and starts working with him. Diaz teaches Tommy how to fight Marco and Cortez. Tommy gains power through his new allies, but these alliances only further reveal the city's dark side. Now, Tommy's goal is not just to survive, but to defeat his enemies. Episode 6. Bloody Showdown. Tommy makes his first move against Marco and Cortez with Diaz's help. His first goal is to destroy Marco's largest weapons cache. This operation creates a major shakeup in Vice City's criminal world and weakens Marco's power. However, this attack attracts Cortez's attention, and he sets out to track Tommy down. Tommy devises a clever plan to turn these two powerful enemies against each other. However, things don't go as planned, and Tommy finds himself caught between two fires. He has now entered a point of no return. Episode 7. Falling Alliances. Tommy's plan jeopardizes his alliance with Diaz. Diaz begins to suspect Tommy will betray him, and his trust is shaken. Meanwhile, the war between Marco and Cortez causes great chaos in the city's criminal world. While Tommy tries to calm Diaz down, he continues to use Marco and Cortez against each other. However, a moment of carelessness could cost Tommy his life. Diaz, Marco, and Cortez are all after Tommy, and every corner of the city has become a trap for him. Episode 8. The Final Blow. Tommy decides to make one last move to survive in Vice City. This time, his goal is to eliminate Marco and Cortez at the same time. With the help of Diaz, he prepares a grand plan. According to this plan, he will attack one of Cortez's secret meeting points and lead Marco's men to this meeting. When the two enemies come together, Tommy plans to end everything with a big explosion. However, an unexpected betrayal turns the whole plan upside down, and Tommy is saved at the last moment with the help of an unexpected ally. Episode 9. Judgment Day. A deep silence prevails on the streets of Vice City. However, this is the calm before the storm. Tommy Vercetti realizes that he has nowhere to retreat now that his plan has collapsed. Every corner, Every street in the city is a death trap for him. But Tommy has never been one to give up. The anger that flares up inside him whispers that he must destroy all his enemies one by one. In this city, he will either win or lose everything. He moves like a shadow under the neon lights of Vice City in the darkness of the night. His targets are clear: Marco, Cortez, and Diaz. Tommy will make the final move in the war that will break out between these three bosses and finish them all off in one go. However, things will not go as planned. The chaos in the city grows by the moment, and the balance of power is constantly changing. His first target is Marco's mansion by the sea. Armed with his weapon, he is filled with anger. Tommy quickly takes out the guards and moves deeper into the mansion. With each step, his heartbeat quickens, and he is prepared for the danger he will face as he turns every corner. The sound of gunfire and echoing screams rises in the dark night. Finally, he finds Marco in front of him. However, Marco is smiling calmly, as if he was waiting for Tommy. Before Tommy can pull the trigger, an explosion is heard. Cortez's men have raided. The war has only begun. Tommy is stuck in the middle. As bullets rain down, Marco's mansion is thrown into chaos. Cortez and Diaz's men are also at odds with each other. In the midst of the chaos, Tommy must fight to survive. Every bullet, every explosion shapes the future of Vice City. It is like an apocalyptic scene. As chaos spreads throughout the city, Tommy has only one thought in his mind. He has to end this war. In the midst of the chaos, Tommy feels something change inside him. This last great war will either destroy him completely or make him a legend. However, every victory has a price. Tommy is now questioning what he will truly gain or lose in this war. Finally, he comes face to face with Marco and Cortez. In the heart of the city, three enemies face each other in flames. There is a gleam of revenge and redemption in Tommy's eyes. After a moment of silence, all hell breaks loose again. This is the final battle that will determine the fate of Vice City, and Tommy feels that everything is nearing its end. Episode 10. A New Beginning. The sky in Vice City is covered with gray clouds carrying the ashes of war. Tommy Vercetti slowly moves away from the city center, leaving explosions, gunshots, and debris behind him. His enemies, Marco, Cortez, and Diaz, they are all just names now. However, Tommy carries the weight of this victory on his shoulders. When it's all over, the peace that comes with victory is much heavier than expected. Although Tommy knows that he has become a legend, he realizes that this legend will always leave him one step behind. Tommy walks towards the city's port with the first light of the morning. The chaos of the city is behind him, and a deep silence has fallen. The sounds that echo under his feet with every step remind him of his past. Every corner of Vice City used to be his playground. Now, staying in this city has become nothing more than a deadly trap for him. He knows only one thing. He will not find peace in this city. He lights a cigarette, takes a deep breath as the smoke rises slowly into the sky. The fatigue of the years has etched into his face. Tommy thinks about what Vice City has made him lose and what it has taught him. Friendships, betrayals, enemies, and victories. They are all behind him. However, he has gained another victory: survival. When Tommy arrives at the port, he sees his old friend Harry. Harry is the only person who can help him escape the city. He speaks in a low voice. "Where are you going this time, Tommy? Do you really think you can escape?" Tommy pauses for a moment, looking up at the sky. "Everything in this city has an end, Harry. It's time for me to seek peace. Somewhere else, maybe far from this city." Harry understands the determination in his eyes. "What about Vice City? You know they won't let you go, right? Legends don't die easily." Tommy answers with a slight smile. "It doesn't matter if they let go or not. I'm ending my own legend. Now I want another life, another story." As Tommy heads towards an old sailboat in the harbor, the dark shadows of Vice City slowly recede behind him. The city skyline is covered in smoke and chaos, but Tommy is no longer a part of it. He takes his final step towards a new beginning. As his boat slowly sails away from the harbor, for a moment the ghosts of the past seem to call out to him. His name is still whispered in the far corners of the city. Tommy Vercetti will continue to live as the legend of Vice City, but he has chosen to leave this dark legend behind. The endless blue of the sea opens the doors to a new future. But only one question echoes in Tommy's mind. Will he ever find peace? Or will the shadows of Vice City never leave him alone? As Tommy bows his head and listens to the sound of the waves, a whisper rises from within him. A new beginning, but always a shadow following me.